Friends, in our previous class we completed the lesson Too Dear, and in this class we will read a poetic essay written by Khalil Gibran on children, a very famous poem which is taken from the work Prophet. First we will read about the information given in the writer. Khalil Gibran is a Lebanese American artist. His time period 1883 to 1931. He is a Lebanese American here. Remember, Lebanese American artist and poet. His poems are considered poetic essays. Why? Here, in the form of essay. His poems are in the form of an essay. Here, that is why they are called poetic essays. They do not stick on or adhere to the usual versification writing style of a poem, rhyme scheme, all these things he never followed. So that is why they do not adhere to the usual versification writing pattern or writing pattern of a poem. The Prophet is the best known work and has been translated. Here, this is the best ever considered the work of this Khalil Gibran. And his best known work and has been translated into more than 25 languages, including our Kannada also. Pravadi, that is. On children is a selection or excerpt. It means a short extract. Here is an excerpt or selection from the Prophet, which offers a criticism, a critique. In this poetic essay, there is a critique, a serious discussion, or an introspection, or a realization, or you may call an introspection. Here. What? Usual expectation of parents. What is the theme here? Usual expectation of parents regarding their children. Expectation of parents and children. Here parents, the older generation, and the children, the future generation. Here, these two. Here, the elder generation or older generation, how they impose their lifestyle, their ideas, the vision of life, their goals, their objectives, their way of approach and life on children. That is why here the older generation and the future generation. Okay. So here expectation of parents regarding their children. Expectations. Here, expectation, it's very costly. Expectation. Because when expectation doesn't meet, then disturbance take place. Expectation. I have expectation on you. So I have all these expectations on you all. When parents say, or mother says, or father says to their son or daughter, I have expected all these things from you. You should be like this. And he or she says, that is up to you. Here, my expectations are quite different and your expectations are quite different. So, expectations never match. Hence here, expectation of parents regarding their children. Parents usually expect. It's common. And urges them to introspect. Here, this poet, he is urging He is conveying them very seriously to introspect themselves. To whom? To parents. Here? To parents here. Okay. This poetic essay has been selected from the work, The Prophet. What is there in this poem or in this poetic essay? Here, the criticism in this poem, there is a criticism of usual expectation of parents regarding their children. Okay, parents and children, two ends here. Older generation and future generation. And here, before starting this poem, we'll read pre-reading activity. It's a very beautiful poem. Pre-reading activity. What do your parents expect of you? First question. What do your parents expect? Or what are the expectations? Have you ever asked your parents, my dear students, to your parents, what they expect from you? So one thing. Or what do you expect of your parents and what are your expectations from your parents? Have you conveyed or did they ask? So expectations. Life is a journey. So while here carrying our life, we have loads of expectations. Here, sometimes we call burden of expectations. Here, parents expect something from children and children expect something from parents, mutually to be conveyed. So, mutual understanding is very important. Have you ever felt your parents are too possessive or demanding? Too possessive means what he or she says, that must be final. What they decide, that must be followed. Too possessive. That possessiveness is not good, is not healthy for the growth of or the betterment of the child. Have you ever felt your parents are too possessive? Sense of the possessiveness, that is demanding. Why do they do like that? What is the reason? So there is a feel that each parent, he or she thinks my son or daughter should lead better life than me. Okay, thinking or the feel is good. Thinking is high. They are also thinking big. But while thinking, they should not forget they are not the materials. They are children. Nowadays, it is not working. Okay, so here first we will read this poem, and poem is very easy, language is very easy, but meaning is very serious. One should understand. While understanding the verbal understanding or the meaning, while understanding the poem, to get the meaning is very easy, but its a sense, its a hidden meaning is very serious. Please go through this one. A woman who held a baby, an infant, a babe against her bosom. A woman is holding her infant, her baby against her bosom, and asked to the prophet, what? Speak to us of children, tell us something about children. And decide. First line itself, your children are not your children. See the line. Your children are not your children. See? Then whose children? They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you. See, try to understand the difference between this through and from. Here, they come through you and not from you. And though they are with you, and they belong not to you. They belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. But not your thoughts. For they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. But not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them. But seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows. You are the bows. You are the bows. A metaphor. The poet has used metaphors. You are the bows. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth, forward, future, forward, sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite. Path of infinite. And he bends with his might, and his arrows may go swift and far. Here he, H capital. Here he is H capital. Here he is H capital. He means God. His arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, even he loves the bow that is stable. One is stable, one flies. Stable flies. Parent, children. Stable flies. Okay? I'll read this poem once again. Please try to understand. In reading itself, you have to understand the meaning. A woman who held a babe against her bosom and said, "Speak to us of children. Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, not from you, and belong, they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves the bow that is stable." See, I hope you understood bit the terminologies of this poem, and it's very easy. So, and next, but the theme is not so easy here. It's a very serious discussion on the role of parents while shaping, defining their future. And even its Kannada translation is there. You will see its Kannada translation also in this, as it is translated into Kannada. Here, translated by her Dr. Prabhu Shankar. Her its Kannada translation, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ, ಜೀವದ ಸ್ವಪ್ರೇಮದ ಪುತ್ರ ಪುತ್ರಿಯರು ಅವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕ ಬಂದಿವೆಯೇ ಹೊರತು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ poet addressing to the parents, her your children are not your children. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಅವು ಇರುವುದಾದರೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳನ್ನಲ್ಲ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಸ್ವಂತ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳುಂಟು. ಅವರ ದೇಹಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಮನೆಯಾಗಿರಬಹುದೇ ಹೊರತು ಆತ್ಮಗಳಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವರ ಆತ್ಮಗಳು ನಾಳೆಯ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಹೋಗಲಾರಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾಳೆಯ ಮನೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಹೋಗಲಾರಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವರಂತಿರಲು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮಂತೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸದಿರಿ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಜೀವ ಹಿಮ್ಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಹರಿಯುವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನೆಯ ಜೊತೆ ತಂಗುವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಜೀವಂತ ಬಾಣಗಳಂತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಜೀವಂತ ಬಾಣಗಳಂತೆ ಚಿಮ್ಮಲು ಇರುವ ಬಿಲ್ಲುಗಳು ನೀವು. ಅನಂತದ ಪಥದ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಲ್ಲುಗಾರ ಗಮನಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅನಂತದ ಪಥದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅನಂತದ ಪಥದ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಲ್ಲುಗಾರ ಗಮನಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಭಾಗಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನ ಬಾಣಗಳು ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಬಹುದೂರ ಹೋಗುವಂತೆ ಆ ಬಿಲ್ಲುಗಾರನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಗುವಿಕೆ ಸಂತಸಮಯವಾಗಿರಲಿ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಹಾರುವ ಅಂಬನ್ನು ಬಾಣವನ್ನು ಅವನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸಿದಂತೆಯೇ ದೃಢವಾದ ಬಿಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಆತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. Kannada translation, so beautiful by Dr. Prabhu Shankar. Now, we'll go through this poem. As I said, life is a journey. Life is a beautiful journey here, my friends. And here we don't know starting and ending point. In between this, whatever we want to lead our life, we should lead. Here, we should lead our own life, but not the life of others. But actually what happening is now, we are leading the life of others because of many influences are there. And in this, that prophet, the poet is explaining regarding pantheism. Pantheism in the sense it is an idea or that identifies universe as a manifestation of God. Universe as a manifestation of God. So it is made by God, by the divine power. Okay, we too believe in the same. Okay, hence, since it is our own life, we should lead our own life, but not copied from anybody else. We should not. And even he says to the parents that you should not impose your terms, conditions, wills, your goals, objectives, desires, your worries, your frustrations on your children. That is why the first line starts with her, a woman who comes holding her baby infant and asks that prophet, speak to us something about children. And he said, your children are not your children. They are not your children. You are not the creator of, you are the creator of the children. So, for the name's sake, they are your children, but really, they are not your children. Your children, you are thinking that your children, but they are not your children. See, here, that hypothetical sense. Here, your children are not your children. Do we accept? We parents, do we accept? No, we say, my children. Of course, your children are not your children. Then whose? Says, they are the sons and daughters. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Life's longing. There is a life. There is a life. Without life, what is the importance of this body? There is a life. That life longs for something. That life eagers for something. That life wants to do something. That life has its own identity, its own individuality, its ownness, its own creativity, its own dreams, its own way of life, its own beauty of life. It thinks its life in its own way. So says, life has longing, life's longing for itself. It wants to produce something good and great. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Life's longing. Life longs for something to do good and great. So, but we are thinking that these are our sons. Okay, that is why it says, your sons are not your sons. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Life's longing for itself means that life wants to do something good and great on account of its own, with its own imagination. So there is, we can see here, inspiration in this poem. There is motivation to parents. He is criticizing the parents. He is giving a good realization to parents. Moreover here, there is what? That life aspires. That life aspires. That life desires. That life wants to do something on account of its own, but we won't allow. That life wants to do something on its own, with its own given potential. God has sent each child as his shadow, giving all the essential potentials to that child. Okay, that is why it is said, God made the man, how? In his shadow. We are all the shadows of God. We are all the shadows of God. This is the heavenly world. We are all the shadows. It means here, each child comes with its own strength, its own imagination, its own creativity, its own potential. So life's longing for itself, and it wants to bloom all the qualities which are given by the Creator, the God. Okay? So they have come through you and not from you. Here, come through you. So, to send his children, his means whose? The God's. To send his children, God has selected parents as the passage or the way or the means or the medium to reach this land. They have come through you, not from you. You are not the creator. The line says that you are not the creator. Who created all these children? The children are created by God, and He selected these parents as the medium to send his children to this land. So here, children with their own that creative imagination, with bloomed eyes, curious mindset. A boy sits in his class, the bloomed eye, curious mindset. Say how it happens. But in this poem, he speaks about the system and the society. Okay, there are molds. So that is why in second line he says that you are not the source. You are not the source. Source is under one, the God. These are the sons and daughters of life's longing and created by The God, through you, you are the medium. You are the way. He has used, the God has used you as the medium or the way or the passage to reach His children on this land. So, through you, but not from you. Don't think that they are from you. That is why your children are not your children. And though they are with you, they are staying with children. They stay with us. They stay with us. And something or someone stays with us, we feel the sense of that oneness. Oneness here. Ours. Mine. We feel, we impose our own, the sense of what? Ownership here. They are with you. Okay, of course, children stay with their parents. Must stay with their parents only. Since the children stay with their parents, parents should not think that they belong to them. Here, they belong not to them. Though they stay with you, they are staying with you for timing. For timing, not permanently. Here, God has given everything to those children. The Creator has given everything. Essential skills to lead their life on this land and to mold themselves what they want to become. But we won't allow them to become what they want. We want to make them as we are, not allowing them to become as they are, as they want to in their life. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. Don't think that they are with you, hence they belong to you. No. They are staying with you temporarily for time being, and you don't think that they belong to you. They belong. No, it never happens. Why? Because, as I said, parents and children, older generation, future generation. Okay? Then, you may give them your love, but not your thoughts. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. Here. You may give them your love. You can love them like anything. But don't give your own thought. Your thought is already used, reused, failured or successful. Okay, that is worn out. But their thoughts are fresh. Because their imagination is very fresh. They dream in a different way. Their approach towards the world is a new one. My approach towards this life and the society and the world should not be the same with my children. So here, you may give them your love. Love your children like anything. Love them. Okay, it is given. That right is given. Okay, we can love. Love them, of course. No problem. But be serious. Be cautious. Be cautious. Here, he says, but not your thoughts. Don't give your thoughts. Because they have their own thoughts. Why do you pollute that child? His beautiful mind, his beautiful life, his beautiful future. So why do you all polluting her, dumping our own thoughts, imposing her? Children had said they are on this earth. They are on this earth to reach, to make the successful of the God's mission, but not the parents' mission. Dream. Parents say, oh my son, my daughter, you should actualize my dream. When I was a student, I had this dream, but I couldn't. But being my son or daughter, you should do this one. Of course, that dream was with you. Or that son or daughter might have another one. Why to impose? Okay. Each one has got his own lifestyle, his own strength, weaknesses, the beauty of life. Okay. Here, you may give them your love. Love them like anything, but don't give your thoughts. Don't spoil them. They have their own ideas. There is no scarcity for ideas. They have n number, infinite ideas they have. If you compare our ideas with the ideas of children, they have more. They have more. So, for they have their own thoughts. Don't give. They have their own thoughts what to do, what not to do, what is right, what is wrong to say. Here, poet says, for they have their own thoughts. Here, in first line, the poet is telling that your children are not your children. Why? Because they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. Life's longing means they wanted to do something good and great and to actualize their own dreams, aspirations. Okay, here in this poem, the poet says, and he prohibits the parents, they come through you, not from you. You are not the source. Source is different. God is the source. You are the medium. You are the passage. You are the way. God has used you all as the medium to reach His messengers. It is said, children are the messengers of God. Okay, children are the reflections of God. Okay, hence, through and not from you. Here, since they are staying with you, don't think that they belong to you. They belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. Don't give your thoughts. Don't give your suggestions. Don't give your ideas. Don't give, moreover, it is very dangerous. Don't give your decision. It is very wrong. This is my decision. You should do this one. Okay. They have their own thinking ability. Okay. They are smart enough to decide. Okay. Here, you may give them your love, but not your thoughts. Don't give your thoughts. Already they are used. Result is there. Already result is there. Okay. Why to use same idea once again since he has infinite ideas? No, need not. For they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. Here, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not in your dreams. You may strive, you may struggle to be like them, and not seek not to make here, but seek not to make them like you. See a very or reaching one. You may strive to be like them. If or when we try to become our children, like our children, will become younger, more energetic, strengthened. Okay, because future generation. Life always goes forward, never goes backward. Okay, but seek not to make them like you. Already you are. Don't make another person like you. It's a burden on this earth. Okay, purpose is not that. Life goes not backward, not tarries with yesterday. Okay, my students, these 4-5 lines I'll explain in my next class along with another next part of this poem. It's a very beautiful poem. Okay, please read this poem, understand. Okay, have good ideas and try your life to make it more beautiful. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.